Hello everybody, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a brand new album by the deathcore band Ingested with the brand new record The Tide of Death and Fractured Dreams. So they're not just deathcore, but they are a band that plays with a lot of brutal death metal sounds. But deathcore has been quite prominent, especially with this record. But at the same time it still has kind of a bit of a classic feel of death metal. Anyway, let's just get into the overall album. I honestly think there is a lot of great ideas that they show with this record. There's a lot of fun, absolute incredible anger, as well as just some really good growls and uncleans throughout some of the, especially for some of the earlier tracks. You just pretty much get hit with the classic feel of what you expect from deathcore, but there's a lot more to unfold. And I like I like once you kind of get through the first few tracks, just insane intensity. You're hit with a lot of not unique, but hit with a lot of stuff that kind of throws a curveball in a way, not like a bad thing, but kind of just takes you from your normal formula of what you expect, and you get a lot of cool surprises. For the first one, we have for the first surprise we have for Expect to Fail, which is featuring Josh Middleton of Silosis. If you don't know, Josh Middleton was also a member of Architects, but I think his collab here is great. I think this definitely gives a lovely presence, and I think they just absolutely utilise him really well with this one. Honestly, pushing through Expect to Fail onwards, this is where, in my opinion, the album just keeps picking up with each track. Starve the Fire, I love the little refrain of Starve the Fire while the lead singer is just growling his head off. It's a really nice juxtaposition, and honestly it's something that I've seen a lot in deathcore, but I feel like the way they utilize it here, especially with the riffs, is insane. Numinous is one of my favorite songs on the record. This one is pretty much instrumental only, but the guitars are just absolutely insane. This is definitely the kind of in the middle separation sort of pace, just to keep the album pacing a little bit. Not to like completely make it off the rails, but I think it fits in the way that it kind of gives you a breather, as well as it also doesn't take anything away from the listen so far. And the further you go down, you just get some really good shit. In Nothingness, which features Mark Hunter from Chimera, and it's really good in my opinion. This is definitely one of the songs that stuck out to me. I think Mark's vocals is a fantastic addition to this track. It definitely gives a bit of light, but at the same time it just doesn't take away the deathcore. They still keep the deathcore and the death metal, but they just expand upon it with some great features, and I think these two features are phenomenal on this record. I kind of lose it a little bit with Pantheon, not gonna lie, but I think once you get to Kingdom of Sand, it just goes as full belters straight, and then A Path Once Lost is amazing. This one kind of reminds me of a Whitechapel structure song, for like at least modern Whitechapel, where it will basically be quite soft. As you know, it's the instrumentation's just kind of more moodier, the vocals are a lot less aggressive and just kind of more relaxed, and then they just build up with like a final belter of pure energy just to keep this record rolling, and eventually comes to a stop in a pretty goddamn good way, I would say. There's a lot to unravel with this record, but if I just had to summarize it, it is just all bangers. It's a really good album, and it's quite hard for me to say that because deathcore is not really something I've been enjoying as much. There's been some great deathcore releases. I quite liked Enterprise Earth, which I don't know if has a bit of a controversial opinion, but I think that record they did this year was pretty good. But honestly, I must say, this is definitely one of the best deathcore, death metal albums I've heard this year, and probably even for last year as well. As a matter of fact, I'd say one's the best ones in a little while. I think Ingested just manages to hit a lot of creative ideas that just don't feel stale, but it definitely feels to the brand of what you expect from the band, and it's incredible. It's absolutely amazing. This is probably one of my top records of the year, I would say. It's a 4 out of 5 for me. Very close to 4.5. It is a very strong album. There is a lot to enjoy, especially Expect to Fail's beginning. I just love the way the guitar just kind of starts, has this sort of simple idea, and then just strides through with absolute pure energy. It's incredible. And that's my opinion on this record. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.